Welcome to Yoga on Your Time. I'm Rachel, just popping in to redescribe my new video. This is going to be a twisted power flow class with the peak pose side crow. So it is more of a active class. Definitely going to build some heat, definitely going to work those muscles. If you are new to yoga, remember to take it easy. Take a child's pose anytime you need to, anytime you lose your breath. If you feel any pain in postures, please back out of it just a little bit until you can breathe properly. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like my classes, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified of future videos. Also, comment any classes you would like to see in the future, anything you would like to work on. I'm working on an Ultimate Beginner's Guide coming up soon, so keep your eyes open for that. I'm excited to take you on this journey. So, yeah, all of the links to my social medias and how you can contact me and take classes with me in the description box below. Love you, friends. Join me in a comfortable seated position on your mat, and let's begin. Coming into easy pose. Finding a tall spine. If you need to, tuck a blanket or a pillow under your sacrum. Feel free to do that so that you can get a better lift through the spine. We're pressing down through the sit bones, grounding down, creating space through the vertebrae by extending up through the crown of the head, taking a roll of the shoulders up, back, down, and away from the ears. And then we're going to take our gaze and soften it or close our eyes. So if you're not comfortable closing your eyes, I invite you to look past your nose at a spot that, without focusing, just take a soft gaze past the nose just to reduce the input coming in. And when you find your comfortable seat with a tall spine, relaxed face, relaxed shoulders, we'll take 3 cleansing breaths in through the nose. We'll fill all the way up, expanding the belly and then the chest. We'll hold it at the top and let it go. Open mouth, exhale. We'll do 2 more just like that. Breathe in, fill all the way up from belly to chest. Hold it at the top. Take a little extra sip of air and let it go through the mouth. One more time. Breathe in. Maybe hold it at the top. Take a little extra sip of air and sigh it out through the mouth. Closing the lips and breathing in and out through the nose. Continuing to feel your belly expand and then the chest. Adding a gentle constriction to the core at the end of each exhale. Allowing the breath to become deeper, more even in the inhales and exhales. Allowing yourself to let go of the day thus far and your agenda. Allowing yourself to be fully involved in this moment. And we keep our mind from wandering. from the present moment by focusing on breath. Anytime we notice that our mind has ran off of us, come back to breath, come back to alignment, come back to sensations in the body. We can start to add a gentle constriction to the back of the throat so that the breath is making an audible sound. It's almost like you're fogging up a mirror, but you're doing it with your mouth closed. So it'll sound like this. When you found your rhythm with your Ujjayi breath, I want you to bring to mind an attitude towards yourself that doesn't serve you. Something, a judgment towards yourself that you can soften, an attitude that you can let go of. And when you find this, I want you to create an I am statement that contradicts that attitude. So for me today would be, I accept my body the way it is in this moment. I love my body the way it is in this moment. I corrected myself. Sometimes it's hard for you to say those things that you need to hear from yourself. Just notice, repeat that I am statement to yourself a few times, noticing how it feels in your body, noticing if you crack a smile, and just noticing without judgment. Allow yourself to be what you want to be. Bring our hands to prayer in front of our heart, pressing the thumbs into the chest, extending up even taller. We'll set that intention for ourselves. Creating space in our body and in our attitudes towards ourselves so that new things and goodness can come in. When you're ready, we'll open our eyes if you want to. We'll release the hands down at the sides. Inhale. Breathe. Inhale. Reach up overhead. Extending up through the crown. Extending up through the whole spine. Exhale. Bring your right hand down to the right. Your left hand extends up and over. Pressing down through that outer hip. Extending all the way up through the whole left side of the body. Chest is spiraling open towards the sky, so the shoulder is not collapsing in. Keeping the shoulder, hip, and head all in one line. Couple breaths here. On your next inhale, Press down into the sit bones, engage the core, come all the way up. Exhale, bring your left hand down to the left. Reach up and over with the right hand, pressing down through the right hip. Big, long line of energy all the way through the right hip, through the right fingertips. Chest opening up towards the sky. You can peek up if it's comfortable for your neck. Breathe. Butterfly. On your next inhale, engage the core, come all the way up, reach up. Exhale, take your left hand to your right knee, bring your right hand back behind your sacrum, look out over your right shoulder. Couple breaths here. Inhaling gets you taller. Exhaling deep into your twist. One more inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, look forward, reach up. Exhale your right hand to your left knee. Left hand comes back behind you. Couple breaths, keeping the spine in line with itself. Breathing into the belly. Inhale, look forward, reach up. Exhale to cactus the elbows, bringing the shoulder blades together, palms facing in towards your face, chest lifts, chin lifts. One breath here. Inhale, scoop the arms, reach up, crown of the head lifts. Exhale, walk the hands forward, come into a forward fold. Releasing the head towards the floor, no extra tension in the neck. You can press into the hands to get more traction through the spine. You can really lengthen the spine here by pressing into your hands, getting some release in your low back. Staying connected to our Ujjayi breathing. On your next inhale, walk the hands back. And we're going to switch the crossing of our legs. We're going to bring the opposite leg in front. We're going to do that whole little sequence. I call it a spinal warm-up. Again, but this time we're just going to do breath to movement. So we're not going to hold it. We're just going to flow. Inhale to reach. Exhale, side bend to your right, bringing your right hand down. Your left hand reaches up and over. Exhale completely. Inhale, come up. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, come up. Exhale, left hand to right knee. Right hand comes back behind. Inhale, look forward, reach up. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, look forward, reach. This time we're going to take our hands, interlace them behind the back, lift through the heart, lift through the chest. It's the same thing, pressing the fists away from you. Looks like this. Pressing the fists away from you, looking through the heart, lifting through the chin. Slight back bend. Exhale and fold forward, bringing your forehead towards the mat. Keeping the hands connected. If you have space, you can start to bring the hands up over the back of the head for chest expansion. If this doesn't work for you, just do what we did the first time. Forward fold with your hands out in front of you. Inhale brings you all the way back up, engaging through the core to do it. Exhale and release the hand. All right, let's come on, get onto all fours. Knees are under hips. Hands are directly under the shoulders. If you have wrist issues, what helped me gain strength, I definitely did have a lot of wrist pain when I first started doing yoga. Someone told me to just walk my hands slightly forward and just to reduce the angle that your wrists are at. Just cutting down on that severity. So if you have wrist issues, do that slightly ahead of you. Otherwise, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, finding that alignment. We're not hanging here, we're engaged. So our core is pulling in and up. Long line of energy through the crown of the head, all the way through the tailbone, like you have a string pulling those two sides apart. Finding your tabletop position. There's a slight lift through the shoulder blades. We're going to move into some cat-cows. We're going to inhale, drop the tummy, lift the tailbone, lift through the heart, lift through the crown of the head. Exhale, pull the tummy in and up as you lower the tailbone and the crown of the head towards the mat. 3 more times, breath to movement. Inhale. Exhale, pull the tummy in and up. Lower the tailbone towards the mat, lower the crown of the head. Lift through the shoulder blades. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Finding a neutral spine. Back to a powerful tabletop position. We're going to plant the left hand directly under the face. Inhale as we extend our right arm up towards the sky. Maybe peek up at the right fingertips. Exhale, we're going to slide that right arm underneath the left arm, coming onto our right shoulder and right ear for thread the needle. Feeling a stretch in the back of your right hip. If you want to go further, you can press into the left hand, or you can extend your left leg up towards the sky, keeping your hips square to the mat. Just to make it a little more active. Stretch. Feeling the stretch in the back of the right shoulder. Exhale your knee back to the mat. If it's up, inhale, press into the left hand, extend the right arm back up towards the sky. Exhale and release. Right hand plants under the face. Inhale the left hand up towards the sky, maybe peek up. Exhale the left hand underneath the right, coming onto the left shoulder, left ear. Head is relaxed on the mat, pressing into the mat with the right hand. Maybe if you want to go any further, you can lift that right leg up towards the sky, keeping the hips as square to the mat as possible. So dialing that pinky toe down towards the mat so that you're bringing your right hip in line with the left. Exhale, gently release your right leg to meet the left. Inhale, press into the right hand. Lift the left up towards the sky. Exhale and release. Finding our neutral tabletop position again. We're going to inhale the right arm alongside the ear, looking straight down at the mat, and the left leg straight back behind us, finding our spinal balance posture, reaching through the right fingertips and the left toes. You're only here for a few breaths. Try to really mean it. Inhale, get more extension. Exhale to release. Switching sides. Inhale the left arm out in front of you and the right leg back behind you. Long line of energy from your left fingertips all the way through the right toes, looking straight down at the mat underneath the face or slightly ahead of the face. Few breaths here. Building warmth, building balance through the spine. You deserve it. On your next inhale, extend even further. Exhale and release. Walk the hands forward slightly. Hips stay on top of the knees. Walking the hands forward and out wide towards the front edges of the mat. And we'll melt the heart towards the floor, coming into a puppy posture or heart melting pose. Couple breaths here. For those of you that are not comfortable with your face smashed in the mat, it does sometimes feel good to just be here on one ear or the other, making sure to switch sides halfway through the posture. Turning your other ear to the mat if you're doing what I'm doing. Bringing your head back to parallel or to the mat, forehead to the mat. We'll walk the hands back underneath us. And then we'll bring the knees wide, toes to touch. Coming into our extended child's pose, walking the hands forward, bringing the forehead back to the mat. Reconnecting to the breath, reconnecting to your intention. Look forward at the hands and come back up on the tabletop. So we're going to turn our right knee out to the right. Keep the right hand where it is. Keep the right knee where it is. We're going to stack our left hip on top of our right hip, extending the left leg to the back of the mat and turning our whole body towards the left of the mat, left side of the mat. Knee is under hip, hand is under shoulder. Left arm is reaching up towards the sky or extending alongside the ear. Finding a modified side plank or side moon. And if you want to go any further, lift that left leg up off the mat. This is modified side moon. Maybe looking up to challenge the balance. If you need help with the balance, you are welcome to look down at the floor at an unmoving spot. If you want to come with me in a bind, you can bend that top leg, take hold of the outside of the left leg with the left foot, kick the foot into the hand, and allow that to open the chest and lean you back. Find a comfortable place for your neck, long neck. You can look down if you have neck issues. I do. Deep belly breaths. Inhale to extend. Exhale, bring the left hand back to the mat, bring the left knee back to the mat, come back into tabletop, press into the hands and find a cat pose, lifting through the shoulder blades, pressing through the hands and the knees, counteracting that back bend. Good. Now we'll do that on the other side. So we're going to roll towards our left hand, rock that left foot out to the left, kind of like a kickstand, making sure that the left wrist is directly under the left shoulder. Extend the right leg back towards the back of the mat. You can point the toes, or you can, side edge of the foot is parallel to the back edge of your mat, or right arm lifts up towards the sky. Maybe look at it, or you can extend the right bicep alongside the right ear. To go further, you can lift the right leg up off the mat, finding a modified side moon pose. Breathe in your side moon, finding a long line of energy from your fingertips to your toes. If you want to go any further, bend that top leg, take hold of the outside of the foot with the right hand, pressing the foot into the hand, allowing that to lean you back. It's called sugar cane pose, or modified sugar cane. Inhale to re-extend back to with control back to your modified side moon. Exhale. Your right hand back to the mat. Press into the hands, press into the knees. Cat pose. Inhale back to a neutral spine. Good. We're going to walk the hands forward slightly. Tuck the toes under. Lift the hips high up and back. Long spine. You can keep your knees bent if you need to keep your spine straight. Shoulder creases or elbow creases are pointed forward. Middle fingers are pointed forward. Heels are disappearing behind the toes and reaching towards the mat. Tailbone is reaching up towards the sky. Heart is melting towards the thighs. And once you find your optimal down dog alignment, you can start to wobble out through the head, pedal out through the legs. You can shimmy, you can shake, just do whatever it is that feels good in your body right now. Finding some stillness in your down dog. We're going to bring our left foot to the center of the mat. We're going to lift the right leg high up towards the sky. Open the hip, bend the knee so that the heel comes towards the bum. Knee reaches up towards the sky. Try to keep your shoulders in one line here. Maybe take some ankle rolls while you're here. Inhale, straighten and square the hip. Straighten the leg, square the hip. Exhale the right foot to meet the left. Inhale the left leg high up and back. Exhale, open the knee, or open the hip, bend the knee. Knee reaches towards the sky, heels reaching towards your bum like you're kicking yourself in the butt. Inhale, square the hip, straighten the leg. Exhale, release the foot towards the mat. We're gonna walk our dog in slightly so we have a shorter stance in our downward dog. We're gonna take our left hand to the outside of the right ankle, finding a twisted down dog. So we can put a bend in our left elbow, pulling ourselves gently towards our right. Hips try to stay in line, peeking out over under your right armpit. Deep breaths. The left hand comes back to the mat. And switching sides, we'll take the right hand to the outside of the left ankle. Draw. Start to bend your right elbow, drawing the chest open towards your twist, towards the left side, peeking out under your left armpit. This is a pretty intense pose. I'm shaking. Breathing. Inhale. Come back to your long down dog. Wobble it out a little more. And then we'll slowly, as slow as we can, start to walk the hands back towards the feet. When you find that you are in your forward fold, we're finding a ragdoll pose here. So big bend in the knees. This is early in class. We're still opening up. Crown of the head is released towards the floor. No tension in the neck. Knees are bent. You can take opposite arm, hand to opposite elbow. Swaying from side to side. You can continue to bend and straighten one leg at a time. You could also take a chest expansion if you want, and releasing the fingers behind your tailbone, reaching the fists away from you and up towards the back of the head, getting a nice opening through your shoulders. Release the fists towards the back towards the floor, hanging heavy for one breath. Put a bigger bend in the knees, press into the hands, and roll all the way up. One vertebrae at a time, stacking until your head, the last thing that stacks. When you find yourself in a standing position, make your way to your front of your mat, finding parallel and hip distance feet, heels behind toes, tailbone is reaching down the back, tummy's pulling in and up, slight bend in the knees, long spine all the way through the crown of the head. Finding our Tadasana, palms are open towards the front of the mat. Eyes are soft or closed. Finding a moment to catch our breath. There were dolphins earlier, so every time I hear a splash, I get distracted. but they're good distractions. Coming back to our intention, coming back to that I am statement. I love and accept myself and my body exactly the way it is right now. We'll move into some sun salutation. We'll do 2 rounds of sun salutation. The first one, I'm going to have you do a couple breaths in each pose so that you know what we're doing. And then the second one, we'll just do breath to movement. Inhale the arms up overhead. Lift through the heart. Press the hips forward, pressing into the feet. A slight back bend. Crown of the head is in line with the spine. 1 breath here. If this is difficult for you, you can always take your hands and support your low back. Press into the feet to come up, engaging the core. Inhale. Exhale. Press the hips back, leading with the heart, hinging from the hips. Come all the way down. Fold, forward fold, releasing the crown of the head towards the floor. 1 breath here. Maybe you're playing with where the weight is in your feet, rocking into your toes. On your next inhale, we're going to slide the hands up the legs. Reach the crown of the head forward so that we're coming into a flat back or monkey pose. 1 breath here. If you want to pick up the challenge on this pose, you can reach your arms straight out to the sides or out in front of you. In order to do it out in front of me, I really do have to put a big bend in my knees to keep my spine straight. On your next exhale, forward fold. You're going to plant the hands, step back into a high plank position. So in high plank, you have a long line of energy through the crown of the head, all the way through the heels. Shoulders are over wrists. You're not hanging out in your shoulders, you're lifting through your shoulders. Tummy is pulling in and up. You can lower to your knees if necessary, and please do that. Do what you need to do without judgment. Holding plank for a few seconds. Still building warmth through the body. Inhale. Exhale, lower to the count of 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping the elbows in. Sorry, I should have said that while I was doing it. Tops of the feet flat to the floor, forehead to the mat. Elbows are pointed up towards the sky. Hands are directly under the shoulders. Elbows staying in towards the body. Inhale. Heart peels up off the floor. Into the hands. Heart shining forward. Pelvis, tops of the feet pressing into the floor. Crown of the head is reaching towards the sky. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes under. You can lift up through tabletop, or you can do a push-up up to high plank. Exhale. Through downward facing dog. 1 breath in downward facing dog. Or 2. And then we'll look at the hands and step the feet, both feet, up to the hands, finding your hip distance. Parallel feet again, finding that ragdoll or forward fold. And then either with a flat back or roll up to stand, pressing into the feet, coming back to our standing position, hands at heart center. That was one sun salutation. Now we're going to flow it, breath to movement. Finding your hip distance, parallel feet again. Finding your engaged mountain. Inhale, reach up. Slight back bend, palms come to the touch. Exhale, hinging at the hips, swan dive all the way down to a forward fold. Inhale, come up to a halfway lift, flat back, monkey pose. Exhale and fold. Inhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Chaturanga or vinyasa. Inhale, press into the hands, elbows in towards the body. Roll up your cobra pose. Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck the toes under, engage the core, lift the hips high up and back, adjusting the feet as necessary. And do whatever movements you feel you need to do when you get here. You've got 2 breaths in down dog. Good. We're not going to go back to our mountain pose, but we are going to continue with a new flow. Inhale the right leg high, 3-legged dog, keeping the hips square, pinky toes dialed towards the floor. Inhale. Exhale, draw your knee towards your nose. Inhale, press it high up and back. 3-legged dog. Exhale, draw your knee towards your right elbow. And draw it across the body to the left elbow. Back to the right elbow. Back to center, and then step it between the hands. That is difficult. If you need to skip that part, by all means do. You can do it from all fours also. Planting both feet. We're going to inhale, keeping the left hand where it is. Extend the right arm up towards the sky for your easy twist. And then we're going to look down at the hand. Make sure we have our footing. And we're going to try and keep this twist in the spine. We're going to bring the shoulders up over the hips. So inhale. Steady gaze. Knee stays directly over the ankle. Heel is pressing back. Vertical twist. Couple breaths here. Inhale. Draw that right hand down towards the outside of the left leg. Reach up with the left hand, keeping that lunge and that front knee directly over the ankle. Revolved. Reverse. Crescent. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to cartwheel the arms. Plant that back heel. Front knee stays directly over front ankle. Heel in line with arch. Finding our warrior 2 posture. Arms are expanded wide. Gaze is out over your right fingertips. If you look down at your front knee, you should only be able to see your right big toe. Coming back to the breath. We're going to flip that front hand over, and on your next inhale, slide your back hand down your back leg. Reach up and over with the right arm, finding your reverse warrior. A couple breaths here. Inhale, come back to your warrior two. Checking in that you didn't lose the lunge in your front leg. Exhale, your right elbow to your right knee or towards the inside of the leg. You can rest the arm on the leg. Reach up and alongside the ear with the bicep, spiraling the chest open towards the sky. Or you can just reach it straight up towards the sky also. Looking wherever is comfortable for your neck. Inhale, come up. Straighten that front leg. Inhale, slide the left hand back down the left leg. Reach up and over, or reach up towards the sky with the right hand, finding your reverse triangle. Inhale, bring the shoulders back over the hips. Warrior two arms. Exhale, reach out past your right leg and then down towards your right leg. Getting a long spine. Both legs are straight and engaged, pressing evenly into both feet. Long line of energy through your hip, all the way through the crown of your head. And another long line of energy from this foot towards the top hand. Breathe. We're going to transition. We're back into our reverse triangle, sliding our back hand down our back leg again, keeping the leg straight, reaching up. And then we're going to bend into that front leg. Take the hand out in front of the right leg, planting it to the floor, lifting the left hip up, stacking it on top of the right, finding a half moon pose, which is what we did on the ground, but this time we're on our feet, reaching the left arm up towards the sky. Your foot is flexed, like you're pressing it into a wall behind you to keep you stable. Looking down at the floor is going to help you balance. Maybe you find that your fingers become light and you can pick it up. Finding some time to play here. You can take that bind if you want to. Binds are hurting me today, so I'm not going to do it. On your next inhale, bring the left hand towards the floor. Find your standing splits. Reaching your left leg up towards the sky with square hips, pressing into the right leg. Crown of the head is released towards the floor. Exhale. We're going to bring the left foot to meet the right. Big toes to touch. Slight space in your heels. Bend the knees. Sit the hips low. Reach the arms high. Chair pose. Inhale here. Exhale, take your right elbow to the outside. The left knee for your twisted chair. Look down at the knees. Try to keep them in one line. It's hard. You might have to bring that right knee back. Trying to get the thumbs to the center of the chest. Crown of the head reaching in the same direction as the spine. Inhale to come up. Reach up. Exhale back to chair. And find your twist to the other side. If you have low back problems, you can take hip distance feet instead of together feet. Here. I think I need to on this side to get my alignment right. So Inhale to come up. Reach up. Tall mountain. Exhale the hands through heart center. Whew. Release the hands at your sides. Close your eyes. And breathe. When you're ready, we'll take a vinyasa. Inhale the hands up towards the sky. Reach up, look up, press the hips forward. Exhale, press the hips back, hinging from the hips, coming down to your forward fold, releasing the head towards the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. Flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to plant the hands. Step back to plank. Exhale, you can lower all the way down, or you can try a chaturanga halfway. So you rock the shoulders forward, over the hip, over the hands. Bend in the elbows, keeping them close to the body. Try to find a 90-degree angle in your arms, and then roll over to the tops of the feet and lift through the heart. So only your tops of your feet and your hands are touching the mat in your upward dog. Heart is shining forward, crown of the head is still lifting towards the sky. Exhale. Roll over the toes. Press the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Let's go to the other side. Inhale. The left leg high up and back. Square. Square hips. Straight leg. Inhale here. Exhale your left knee towards your nose. Core plank. Inhale, lift it high up and back. Exhale your left knee towards your left elbow. Inhale it high up and back. Exhale the left knee towards your right elbow. Inhale it. Oh, back to the left elbow. And then to center. Plant the feet between, plant the foot between your hands. Inhale the left arm up towards the sky. Easy twist. Back heel is reaching back. Front knee directly over front ankle. We're going to look down at the mat to help our balance. We're going to wheel our shoulders up over our hips. Inhale. Finding your vertical twist. Making sure that knee doesn't go further than the ankle. Trying to find level and lift through the hips. Couple breaths here. On your next inhale, slide your left hand to the outside of the right leg. Right hand reaches up towards the sky. Revolved, reverse, crescent. I'm getting tired. On your next exhale, unwind, planting that right heel towards the floor. Heel to arch alignment. Back, knife edge of the back foot pressing into the mat. Front knee is bent directly over front ankle. Arms are extended wide. Looking out over your left fingertips. Finding your inner warrior here. Maybe whispering, I am strong. I am powerful. Inhale to slide your right hand down your back leg. Left arm reaches up and over for a side bend, keeping that lunge in the front leg. Exhale your left elbow to your left knee. Either resting the elbow on the knee or coming to the inside of the foot. Long line of energy. You can reach your right arm up towards the sky, or you can extend it alongside the bicep, or bicep alongside the ear. Couple breaths here. We're almost there. Inhale. Straighten that front leg. Come all the way up. And then slide your right hand down your back leg. Reaching up and over with the left arm. Reverse your triangle. Exhale, come up. Stack the shoulders over the hips first. Exhale, reach the left arm forward past the shin and then down towards it. Finding your triangle pose, reaching up towards the sky with the right arm. Maybe looking up if it's comfortable for your neck. Pressing evenly into both feet. Coming back into our reverse warrior now. Engage through the core and through the legs. Exhale, slide the right leg or right arm down the right leg. Reach up and over with the left. Just for a transition pose here. And then we'll exhale into our side mode, bending into that front knee, taking the left hand out about 6 inches in front of the left foot. Rock the weight into the foot, stack the right hip on top of the left. Reach the right arm up towards the sky. If you want to challenge your balance, you can look up or sideways. Finding your playtime here with your balance, maybe lifting that left arm up towards the sky. Making sure to keep your gaze steady so that your body stays steady. On your next inhale, you can bring your right hand down towards the mat, square the hip, and lift the right one up towards the sky for your standing splits. And then, when you're ready, exhale the right leg to meet the left. This time, we're going to find a ragdoll first. Catching our breath. Inhale to a halfway lift. And then we're going to come into a squat, coming up onto the balls of the feet, bending the knees, bringing the hips towards the heels. Okay. We made it, you guys. It's a sweaty class. Whew. I'm having a hard time breathing today. All right, so here we are, our peak pose. I'm not very good at this posture, but that's okay. That's the fun of yoga. You don't have to be good at everything you try. And you're probably going to fall on your face a few times. But this is how we learn grace. This is how we learn how to roll with the punches. This is how we learn how to deal with life on our mats. By challenging ourselves and knowing how to not take things so seriously. Laugh at yourself sometimes. It's fine. It's okay to face plant sometimes. It really is. Don't worry about it. All right, so side crow. I don't think I've ever taught this one before. So we're on the balls of the feet. We've done a lot of twists today, so hopefully you're good, warm, nice and open for it. This is an arm balance pose. So we're going to take our hands towards our right side. Keep them in line, almost like you would do a chaturanga. I find that keeping my hands slightly closer to shoulder distance apart is good for me. So you're going to bend into the elbows and create a shelf with your arms. You're going to lift the knees up on top of the arm, setting the hip on top of the other knee. All right, let's try this again. So you're going to set your hips and your knees on top of your elbows, looking down at the mat, And then you could start to straighten your legs. Or you could keep them bent. Side crow. So just play here for a few minutes. If you fall out, try it again. It's okay to keep trying. If you're tired and just want to do a child's pose, I get it. Trust me. I'm super tired. My arms hurt. All right. Maybe you get some air time. All right. Let's find our center. Breathe for a second. Maybe we'll go into a Malasana here. Opening through the hips before we go to our other side. Catching our breath. Steady breath and steady gaze is necessary to balance with. So the steadier you feel, the more even your breath is, the more likely you are to feel powerful within a pose like Twisted Crow. All right. So let's move the legs back to center, finding our little squat, ball of yarn squat on the balls of the feet, taking the hands out to our left side. Oop. And this side might be totally different for you. You might find it's way easier, or you might find it's impossible at the moment. Just give it a go. So finding that shelf with your arms, rocking the knees up on top of the elbow. Maybe starting to rock the feet up off the mat. And maybe you fall on your head like me. This is yoga. Enjoy it. All right. It's time for a cool down. This girl's got to go to work and I am tired. Right. It's fine. Let's just come down onto our backs. Very tired girl. Taking a moment, catching the breath, hug the knees towards the chest, taking opposite hand to opposite elbow. This might be... Take a few minutes here. You can rock back and forth. You can sway from side to side. Breathing into the compression you feel in both hips, knees, and ankles, and feet are in line. Feet are flexed. Tailbone and sacrum pressing down into the mat. Inhale. Open the knees wide. Take hold of the inside of the legs anywhere, or inside of the foot with both hands. Knees come off to the side. Soles of the feet point up toward the sky. Happy baby. Steadying your breath. You can find some movement here. If it feels good to you, to straighten one leg at a time, or both legs, or wobble side to side. Definitely keep a grin on your face. How can you be a happy baby without a smile? Okay. All right. We're going to find our bridge pose now, releasing both feet to the floor. In line with the hips. There we go. Line them up with the hips. I still do it. I'm a yoga teacher. I don't know where my feet should be unless I look at them. Inhale. Press into the hands. Press into the feet. The hands are alongside the body, palms down. Press into everything. Lift through the pelvis. Neck is long. Knees are pulling in towards each other so they're not splaying out open towards the sides. Bridge pose. That's what this is called. Exhale, slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. We're going to cross the left ankle on top of the right knee. Flex the left foot. And we're going to draw the right knee in towards us, interlacing the fingers at the back of the leg. And the point here is flexing both feet, drawing your right knee in as you draw your left knee away from you, getting a nice juicy stretch in the back of your left hip. Shoulders are as relaxed as possible. No tension in the jaw or forehead. Exhale, lower the right foot back to the mat. Switching sides, lower the left foot to the mat. Take the right ankle on top of the left knee. And draw the left knee in towards you. Flexing both feet. Opening the right knee away from you. Shoulders relaxed, face is serene. Both feet are flexed. That was a little never mind. Release both feet to the floor. And we're going to cross the right knee over the left. Shift the hips slightly over towards the right. Extend both arms out towards the sides in a capital T position. You can have your palms up or down. I like mine down. Take the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Draw the knees in towards you just a little bit. Inhale. Both feet are up off the floor. Exhale. Draw your knees over towards the left and down towards the floor. Trying to keep both shoulders flat to the floor. You can look out over your right fingers. This is not the twist for you. Find the one you like. This should be a passive twist. We are in our yin part of our flow. So this is about surrendering, not so much work. Allowing ourselves to absorb our practice. Inhale the knees back towards center. Swap the crossing of the knees. Shift the hips a couple inches towards the left. Draw the knees in towards you. Extend the arms out, capital T position. Inhale. Exhale. You can take your right hand and gently guide your knees towards the right and down towards the floor. And mosquitoes are eating me now. Broadening through the collarbone, looking out over your left fingertip. Inhale. On your next inhale, you're going to draw the knees back towards center. Undo the crossing of the legs, center the hips back so that you have a straight spine. And we're going to take one more knees to chest pose, hugging the knees, maybe drawing the nose towards the knees. One last moment of strength here. Inhale, hold it, and then sigh it out. We're going to find our final resting pose. Shavasana. Arms alongside the body. Palms up. Face is relaxed. Shoulders are underneath you. legs are splayed open. You're taking up as much space as possible. And we're going to all take one big, deep breath together, sealing in our practice, filling all the way up from the belly to the chest. Hold it at the top and sigh it out. Allow yourself to drift away here. Take as much time as you need. This is where I leave you, yogis. Thank you for practicing with me. Please take rest. Please find gratitude for yourself and your practice today. I recognize the divine spirit in each and every one of you, and I bow to that spirit. Namaste, yogis. Jai Bhagwan. Victory to the spirit in you. Please rest for as long as you have time for.